Hello Steelers, and welcome to this game of this War of Mine board game. I've got set up here. I've not played this for a little while. It's a very miserable game, I've got to say, first and foremost. Maybe it's not, I don't know, not characteristic of most board games. The way it works is all cards on the table here. You can see it's a game set during the Chechenian War, or takes its cues from the Chechenian War, and it's basically a bunch of civilians who have to survive a few nights in the game. And so far I've never got past chapter 1 of 3, so that's always good fun, isn't it? So I'm going to see how far we go first of all today. I've set up everything already, as I said, first of all. If you are watching, say hello, ask anything you like. As always, of course, I'm getting text messages straight away as soon as I've gone live, and you can probably hear the dogs in the background barking away as well, so that's adding to the experience of being in a war in Chechnya, I guess. The first thing we have to do is we have to look at what our objective is, I believe. As I say, it's been a little while since I've played this game. I think we have to draw an objective first of all. I've already got my characters here, so we've got Amelia, Erika and Anton. Amelia is a lawyer, Erika is a cat burglar, and Anton is a professor of mathematics. And they have different skills and things, of course, because obviously they are characters. So what we do is first of all we draw and resolve the top card from the events deck, and the events deck is, I believe it's this one here. So this is our first card straight away. So it says chapter 1. When the civil war broke out, many people thought it would only last a couple of weeks. It's been a year since the military surrounded the rebels in the capital, cutting off all supplies. Civilians still trapped in the city suffer from hunger, disease and the constant threat of shelling. It's another day of desperate waiting for the end of this terrible war. Determine the objective of each of the 3 chapters in the campaign. Find a final objective card in the objectives deck and place it on the objective space of the board. Then draw 2 more objective cards and place them on the final objective. These cards should be placed face up, and you may look at them any time of the day, any time of the game. Remove the remaining objective cards from the game. At the end of each chapter, resolve any reward, penalty from the corresponding objective card. And it says, after determining the objectives, you draw the top event card. Well, so first of all we have to determine the final objectives for each of the 3 chapters. So we draw a final objective card from the objectives deck. So I've got these here. I'm going to draw first one. I've got 1, 2, 3. There's a final objective. So we draw that. Survive. At least one character from the starting group must survive until the end of the game. With each state, the hunger, misery and wounds and the illness equal to at least less than 2. The fatigue is ignored. So that's our main objective. Then he says, then draw 2 more objective cards and place them on the final objective. So these ones here, character objectives. So it says draw 2 more, so there's 2 more. And these cards should be played face up, and you may look at them at any time during the game. Remove the remaining objective cards from the game. At the end of each chapter, resolve any reward penalty from the corresponding objective card. So these are the objectives we have here. Help the sick and wounded in our area. At any moment you may discard any number of meds, bandages without resolving their effects. For each discarded med bandage, advance the objective marker by 1. There's a reward. We lower all the characters' misery by 1. However, there's a penalty of an epidemic. We raise all the characters' illnesses by 1 if we don't do it. Second one, staying fit. At the end of the chapter, all characters' hunger must be 0. Clear mind for the reward. Immediately draw 2 narrative action cards and keep both. Penalty, broken morale. Raise all characters' misery by 2. So you can see already, it's going to be difficult. Then we've got, he says, at the end of each chapter, resolve any penalty from the corresponding objective. After you resolve this card, remove it from the game. After determining the objectives, draw the top event card. So that is now out of the game. So the first event is going to be shelling. Add 1 to the cold space. I don't think I put my coal on actually, I forgot about that. One moment, just see. The cold gets worse and worse, which is always fun. And it just gets more and more miserable as the game goes on. Let me just check where is my no, there we go. This is the event, I believe. So this is just it. So we've got if more than one character went scavenging during the previous night, your shelter becomes a target of a shelling. Distribute 2 wounds between any present characters and destroy one already built fitting card. Return it to the fittings deck. Right, well they didn't go. After you resolve this card, remove it from the game. So nobody went scavenging the night before, so that's pretty good. That gets rid of the event at least there for the first instance. So now we move on to the day. We add the cold tokens on the board as described on the event reveal card, so that we've got one on there. And then we do movements, or we do our actions. We've got 2 actions in each character, and they've got 3 characters. Just got here, we'll be listening. Hello Kafka, good to have you on board. We've got 3 characters, so we can do 3 things, and each of these can do 2 things. The hunger here only allows them to do, they're all at level 2 hunger, they all start at that. So we need to drop the hunger. The problem is, they need to go out scavenging, but there's so much to do that it's difficult to actually do anything. And it's a real proper balance game, very much so. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can build a workbench. So it's 1 action, but as long as I've got the components to do it. So let me just see if I can find it. Build a radio, dreadful. Did a simple heater, rainwater collector, metal workshop, build a workshop. So we need 5 components and 3 wood, and a mechanical part as well. So actually I need to be going through to dig through some of the rubble and things in the house before I can actually build a workshop, because a workshop will allow me to board up the house, which also is another requirement. So I need a mechanical part. So I can dig about down here and get some wood or components as 1 action. I could dig through the rubble, that will turn some things up. There's also a heap up here. Might be better to use to look through the heap, I think, at this point. So it doesn't really matter who does which of these kind of actions. Nobody's particularly better at any of these. This is their things are good when they go out, or Erika can re-roll a dice when she uses a lockpick. So what I'll do is I'll send Amelia to search this heap. So we do this. You can move about for free, but you've got 2 actions. First action is 1 action, we flip it, and this is a search action. So we have from here, we've got an electrical part, we've got 1 water and 3 components. So let's get together those. 1, 2 and 3. So that, I think, I needed a mechanical part, didn't I? Not an electrical part. Let me just check what it was I needed. A mechanical part, and I've just found an electrical part. Let me just grab that from the box. Where are we? Mechanical, electrical part. There we are. So all our supplies go together down there. And then we remove that from the game. So that is gone out. So that was her first action. A second action, well, I may as well search this heap as well here next to it as a second action for free. This time we've got a lockpick, 2 components, and also 5 wood. So we are slowly getting stuff. Let's just get that wood together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 components. The thing is, I never really know what to do with this game because it's so difficult as to what to actually pick out in your actions. Everything, as I say, everything is literally against you. So I've got so much wood and components, but I still need those mechanical parts, not electrical parts. So we've got a closed door here. I need lock picks to get through those. Got rubble there, that takes 2. I've also got bars down here and I need a saw blade to get through those. So the only other places that I can explore so far is the rubble here and then the furniture. So I'm going to go and I'm going to use Anton. He's going to use a shovel to dig through that, so that's only 1 action. Otherwise it's 2 characters to do this. So 1 action with his shovel is dig through, requires a shovel, rubble remnants, so he's going to dig through it again, so we get rid of that. So we got rid of that, that's his second action. And then, oh my god, I don't know what to do now. Right, first action, search the furniture. This is the first action. Aha, we've got some good stuff here. 2 mechanical parts, 2 electrical parts, 1 raw food and 1 wood. So that's a good mix of stuff actually. So what we start, we've got 1 wood, a raw food, then we've got electrical part, 2 electrical parts, 2 mechanical parts. So actually we've got pretty good, struck pretty lucky there I think. Mechanical and electrical. And as I say, I want to make the workbench really, so her second action would be to build a workbench, which would be a mechanical part, 5 components and 3 wood. So I'm going to do that. This is something I don't normally do. What I wanted to do was get outside so I could try and pick up a visitor as well, see if I could get any other characters in. But I'm going to go a different route in this particular game. So a mechanical part, 5 components. I've got food to last me the night. The problem is if we get a night raid, I've also got water at least as well to last me for the night. But we're probably going to have to go out and start scavenging for water and for food and things as well. So this is a bit of a nightmare. So we build a workshop by flipping this card. I'll just read it out. It says, as actions we can make a board up. So that's a component and wood, and we place a board up on any one of these holes. So that will keep us warm. They also lower damage and wounds during night raids. We can make 2 components for a mechanical part or an electrical part. We can make filters, each for a component, and that will make a filter. We can repair a guitar. We haven't anyone's got a guitar at the moment, but we need a broken guitar, 2 components and some wood, but that will drop people's misery as well. It says after resolving the action, add the appropriate tokens to the storage. So we've got that, and I want that set up here. So that's some things I can do some actions with. Alright, that's all my actions done. So that's 2, 2, 2. So I placed the fitting cards and everything. So it becomes dusk now. So what we have to do now is drink water. So each character will drink 1 water. So that's all the water gone straight away. Then we also have to eat food as well. So raw food will actually lower their hunger by 1. So they're already on 2. So they all have some scoff. So that gets rid of that. I've not got no vegetables or canned food. Okay, and then I have to assign each character to do one of the 4 available tasks. Sleep in a bed. Well, I don't have a bed. Well, I do have a bed. We've got sleep on the floor, which is one thing. But that raises their fatigue. Put them on duty, and that will also raise their fatigue. And then we could actually send up to 3 scavengers out, 3 out to go and do some scavenging. That will raise their fatigue as well. So, what are we going to do here is the question. I've searched those, let's put those to one side. Right, I'm going to need somebody on guard. And then I'm also going to need to send somebody out as well for a scavenge as well, I think. For the first night, it's probably worthwhile at least going out and getting some food. So first of all, we'll put Anton on guard, so he sits there, and then I'm going to send the 2 women, Amelia and Erika, out scavenging. So we put them out here. So we're just moving these around so we know where they are. And Okay, so I'm going to give them a shovel, and also I'm going to give them 2 lockpicks as well, just in case they run into anything. I'm going to hang on to all the other stuff. So everybody gets 1 fatigue because of that. So let's put that on. So there's a fatigue, there's a fatigue. So annoyingly, I'd fed everybody, so they did actually have. I should have really eaten the food before the day was over, before the day started. Really, I should have done that as an action, because you can do that, and then that would have dropped their hunger at least. And then we move on. So I do apologise. I've not played this for quite a while, so I'm working my way through it. And so, like I said, I've taken out lockpick and the shovel as well. So now it's time to go scavenging, and let's go and have a look around. Oh, hang on a second. Oh yes, it says here there must be at least 1 guard on the guard space, otherwise you see number 33 in the book of scripts, which is here. I can ignore that, thankfully, because that would end up with somebody probably taking some of my stuff, and we don't want that. I'm just going to find the token for my objective down here. It's not a very clear one actually. It's somewhere in here, I think. I can't remember exactly where I put it. See, I did think I'd set everything up, but obviously not everything. We'll find it when we find it, I guess. This always makes for interesting streams, doesn't it, when I'm shuffling about looking for things in a board. We could use one of these blank ones here, so we know it's there. It's on 0. People watching, say hello if you're watching, and drop me a message. I'll probably play this for an hour or so and see how we go. Okay, so we are on. Right, so scavenging, that's the next thing. So I can choose one of the 3 available location cards. So it depends on how far away they are. You see, this one, this is close, this is far away, and it means how far I go to get them. So the first one is a shelled school, the second one is a derelict squat, and the furthest away is a military outpost. Looking at them, this one, the top has got rubble, it's got a basement entrance and a jammed door, and we could possibly find a shell, chems, electrical parts and bandages. In the derelict squat, it's got a closed door and a basement entrance. We possibly will find nothing, possibly find some herbs, maybe weapon parts and meds. And then here in the military outpost, it's got an open space, it's got bars, closed door, and we could possibly find 2 weapons parts, a broken pistol, broken assault rifle and another pistol. So that is, it's a bit of a, I don't know which one I'm better off going for, to be honest. Possibly the shelled skull, just because there's probably more chance of me actually finding stuff, or special finds at least anyway. And there's only some rubble and a basement entrance and a jammed door, and I've got the shovel to get through the rubble. Okay, so we set the noise marker, so we set that on 1, so there, we've already got that there. When we raise or lower it, we do it by the game. When the game tells you to roll for noise, we roll the black dice. If you get less than 1, then it sets the noise off. Now we draw the top resident card, and that's never a good thing, because people always come and try to take whatever it is I've got off me. So now we prepare the unknown deck and the explore deck here. So what we do is we draw as many exploration cards as shown on the location space of the location you want to explore. We will go into for the closest one, so 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from there. And then we place them on the unknown space without looking at the fronts. So there we are. And then we resolve each of these cards one after another. We discard the resolved cards by placing them face up on the discard pile here. And then whenever the game tells you to return exploration cards, return them face down. So that will be the exploration ended. All items acquired during scavenging should be played in the findings pile over here. And when the unknown deck is depleted, exploration ends anyway. We can resolve to choose take the findings which we've got, and that they weigh a certain amount. We can only carry a certain amount with us. So that's the thing. You said you've seen this game on Steam, been intrigued by the subject, but a board game is much more appealing for me. Yes, it's a good solo game actually. We've played it in teams, and it doesn't really matter because the characters. It's more about decisions, more the group makes than moving individual characters around a board. So it's good for solo play, I think. But you might want to have a group with you because it is very, very, very depressing. I've yet to survive it, but it's an interesting concept. So, as I say, we basically work our way through each of these explorations. We can end this at any time we want. First one is map card. Check the current location card for closed door. It says, and there is a jammed door but no closed door. If there's no closed door, discard this card and draw a new card from the exploration deck. There we go, we ignore that one. Move on to the next one. Map card. Check the location card for rubble. If there is no rubble, discard this card and draw a new card. If there is rubble, which there is at the Shelled School, you may resolve this card immediately or place it on the exploration slot and resolve it later, instead of drawing a new exploration card. It says here, rubble dig through requires a shovel, which I've got. Return one exploration card, raise the noise by 1 and roll for the noise. After digging through, add 5 cards from the exploration card to the unknown deck, draw and resolve 2 findings cards, heap charts, and then discard this rubble card. Right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to dig. It sounds a bit complex, so I'm going to do it. I'll work my way through it. So I return 1 card to the exploration deck, so we get rid of that. And then we raise the noise by 1, so it's on 2. Then I roll for the noise, so a 1 or a 2, and something has happened. 9, no, it's okay, we're fine. After digging through, add 5 cards from the exploration deck to the unknown deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go on top. Draw and resolve 2 findings cards in the heap chart, then discard this rubble card. So there's a findings cards, first one. And I look on the heap chart. The heap, I get an electrical part, a filter, a weapon part, and I also have to roll as well for the special findings on there. So let's just get the basic findings. So we've got electrical parts. Grab that from here, so there's 1, so put it in the findings pile. What else do we say? A filter, which is very useful if I get back and I don't get killed. And weapons parts, which again will be useful, I guess, to fight people. And then I roll on the special findings, and the special findings are here. So I roll for these, see what we get. A 6 is 1 to 6, nothing. However, I do get to draw another card. So I'm going to draw another one and resolve it. It says, actually we should shuffle that one back into the deck, so I'm going to do that. It says at the end, shuffle it into the deck. So just get that shuffled in there. And then I draw a second card. And in the heap, I get a broken guitar, a shell, and also something on the specials as well. So let's have a look. Find a broken guitar. There's a broken guitar. And a shell as well. There's all kinds of things you can find, like books and things like that. I'm kind of after food at the moment, and I get a special on the detail as well. So roll that. A 3 is nothing, unfortunately, so I shuffle that back into the findings deck. So that's our first exploration. And as I say, I could stop this at any time, or I could carry on, and I think I'm going to carry on because I need to find some food and some water if I can. So for next one, sorry, that's the exploration, wrong one. No, it is, it's the right one. I was looking at the wrong one. So door, peek through the keyhole. I can return 1 exploration card to look at the next card from the unknown deck. Or enter, raise the noise and roll for the noise. Or end exploration. Oh, what do I do here? I'm going to peek through, so I return a card and then look at the next card. So it's a map card. Check the current location for a jammed door. there is a jam door. If there is a jam door, you may resolve this card immediately, place it on the exploration slot and resolve it later instead of drawing a new. Right, so I can kick it in and raise the noise by 3, or enter, or I can place it here for later. So there's a jam door, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to put it to one side and I'm going to come back to it. So here, door, peek through the keyhole, return the exploration, or enter and raise the noise by 1 and roll for the noise. Again, I'm going to peek through, so I'll put another exploration card back, take a new one out, and it's a map card. Check for the current location, open space. If there is no open space, no there isn't. Discard this card and draw a new card from the exploration dock. Otherwise you resolve it immediately. I think I saw something. Return as many exploration cards as you wish and roll the black dice. After the number of the returned exploration cards to the results, 1 to 5, draw and resolve a residence card. Oh God. So I need to actually put, I'm going to return 4 cards, so that'll give me a +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9 plus 4, obviously I can ignore that. But I've got 1 more exploration card. I've still got the jam door as well. So I'm going to check this last one. Reality impact. Something unexpected has happened. Draw a deck from the colours deck to determine the colour of the script. So we take a colours deck here. Now this is blue. And then we shuffle it back in. Then draw a card from the exploration deck. Select the number with that colour. You'll find that number in the book of scripts and resolve the corresponding text. So we draw an exploration card. And it is down in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but down in the bottom there is a 72 in blue. So I then look this up in the book of scripts, find 72. And if you can't see this, this book of scripts is like a choose your own adventure book basically. So 72, we don't think that there is anyone left here that still believes that the peacekeeping forces are able to provide us with any help. Even if there is someone naive enough to believe that they can, their belief will quickly evaporate into thin air the moment they meet Pierre. Pierre wears a bright helmet and when his superiors aren't looking, sells goods from the aid transports. Everyone in town knows who's to turn to for what they need. Someone who sells gasoline, someone else who sells food and wine. Gossip says that one of the higher officials can get you transport papers for $2,000. We are close by and can see the lanterns and mesh fence marking off the entrance to the safety zone. We can visit and buy some food and maybe other things as well. Okay, it says let's go there, return 4 exploration cards and see 11:30. We'll manage on our own, back to the game. I don't have any more exploration cards so I can't actually go. So I have to go back to the game. So that will just go back into the exploration deck. I've still got this jam door here that I could kick in. Let's go for it. Raise the noise by 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's up to 5. We roll for the noise. 6. Nobody heard us. After entering, add 3 cards to the exploration deck, into the unknown deck. 1, 2, and 3. And resolve 1 findings cards in the furniture chart. Then discard this jam door event. That should be gone as well. So let's do the findings. Furniture. This is better. So I've got a lockpick, sugar and meds, and a roll on the thing as well. So meds, sugar, and a lockpick as well. Well, I don't actually have any lockpicks, so I can't take any. You can only have as many things as there are in the box, so you don't get multiples of them, unfortunately. And then I roll as well on the special findings. So let's do that. A 9 electrical parts. Excellent. So I managed to get quite a lot out of that. But I think I'm going to end my exploration there. I'm pushing it a bit. I've got some meds and I've got some other bits and pieces. So findings, that goes back in. We shuffle that up. And I think I'm going to end my exploration. Because the noise is up on 5. If I start doing anything else, people will start turning up, and I don't really want that, because that's not a good thing. Okay, so once we finish the exploration, shuffle our exploration residence cards into their deck. So I'll take all those, and those, they all go back in together. At this moment, you may add as many resources, wood, components and water to the findings piles as you wish, and you can bring back a total weight of tokens, resources, including the equipment and weapons you brought with you, equal to the inventory of all characters taking part in this scavenging. The weight of heavy items is shown in the weight, and if a token does not have a weight on it, its weight is 0. Each resource, wood, components, water is 1. Everything you cannot carry you have to discard. Characters will make their way back to the shelter in the dawn phase. Before that, the night raid occurs. But I can carry 6 things between my 2 peeps, so what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to get 3 water first of all, so that is important. I need water. 1, 2 and 3. Now let's have a look at what we've got between us and what I can carry, because that's the important thing. Oh, excuse me, I'm good. Right, lockpicks are free. Shovel is, I'm taking a shovel because I brought it with me. Meds don't carry anything, so that's them. So I've got 2 left over, so I've got sugar, filter, weapon part, a shell. Shell is free, I'll take it with me just in case. Electrical part. Well, I've got 2 electrical parts already in store, so I don't need, I'm not going to take those. The filter, I've got a feeling that is one of the most important things, so I'm going to take that, and then I've got space for one more, a weaponry part. I'm going to take the sugar, because I could probably distill that into something. So everything else goes back in. I'm going to discard everything else. So 2 electrical parts, broken guitar, and the other bits, because I always forget about being able to carry water when you're out scavenging. Excuse me. Okay, right. That was the scavenging part. Put the colours card back in, just give that a quick shuffle. What I'm going to need to do is to get some more people into this shelter, and that's what I'm going to try to do in the next day. Okay, so night raid. We choose the weapons for the guards. If you possess any weapons tokens, you can give them to the guards. I don't. You can only wield 1 weapon. So we draw and resolve the top card of the night raid's deck. So here's the night raid. Reality impact. Something unexpected happened. Draw a card from the colours deck and determine the colour of the script. Then reveal the top card of the night raid's deck and check the number with that colour on it. Find a number in the book of scripts and resolve it. So we first of all draw the top card here, and it is black. So let me just put that back in. So remembering that it is a black card or black colour, I then draw the top card of the night raids. Looking at the bottom here, ignoring the rest of the card, it's 197. So we look in the book of scripts for 197. 195, 197. Everyone to the basement. Bombing. Move all the characters present to the basement, including those asleep, and raise their fatigue to 2. The building is shaking. We hear explosions so near it's terrifying. So he should be in the basement. I can't get into the basement, but at least I can get there. So we roll a d10, see what the result is. A 10 is C705, so we jump across to 705. Where is it? Everything falls silent. Well, almost everything. In the building across the street, there's a huge hole in the wall of the first floor. There's 2 kids standing near the edge of the hole. Of the wall. It looks like they're trying to understand what's happened to the rest of the building and to their parents. Okay, we choose. We have to do something. The kids won't make it on their own. They're 6 at most. More victims of the war. We hope they're going to be okay. Okay, I've got 2 choices here. Do I go and rescue the kids, or do I hope that they're going to be okay? Go on, I'll go and help. I'm going to see if I can help them. 1684 I go to now. This is probably where my first character is going to die. You watch. I'll be surprised if they don't. The children are looking at us as we speak, but it doesn't seem that they understand what we're saying. It'll take them a long time to understand what has happened. Maybe it'll take the rest of their lives. From now on, these children will skulk around the neighbourhood. Sometimes they'll stay at our place. Sometimes they will stay in the bombed home with the other neighbours. Write orphans 1684 on a blank token and place it in the outside space. From now on, when performing the outside action, we may help the orphans by feeding them food and discard of vegetable, raw food or canned food. When doing so, roll a black die and compare the results with the empathy of each character. A result that is equal or lower than a character's empathy, lower their misery by 1. So I don't really want to write on my tokens if I can avoid it, but I'll leave a token out there and that'll just remind me that there are orphans that we can, and that was 1684. So there we go, that's them done. So they will then go back into the night raids. And that's it, there was no attacks at least. During the setup, there's a crime wave. Night Raid and Resonance cards with the red arrow left aside. If there are any of these in combination, shuffle 2 cards in any combination, Night Raid or Resonance, into their corresponding decks. So I'll take 1 for the Night Raids, 1 for the Resonance. These are the bad ones, so we don't really want these to occur, but they probably will do, because that's what happens in this game. It only gets better. So just give that a good shuffle, and then we continue to the dawn. Scavenging party returns. Move all the characters into the shelter and place all the tokens resources back in storage. So these 2 are now in here again. Assign the meds and bandages. I don't need to because nobody is wounded at this point. And let's just put these over here, pile them all up. So draw a fate card. Draw and resolve 1 fate card. Ignore the bottom part marked with a die. When a fate card tells you exchange a location card, move it from the game. So the fate is over here. Right. Raise the wounds of all wounded unbandaged characters by 1. Heal the wounds of all characters who has bandages by 1. Nobody has any wounds, we're just tired. If cold minus board ups equals 3 or more, raise the illness of 3 chosen characters by 1. So I don't have any board ups, unfortunately. Cold minus the board ups, so cold is 1, 0, minus 0 is 1, but it's not 3 or more, so that's okay. Exchange the nearest location, so we remove the school that we cleared out before, the bombed out school, and place it with a ruined block of flats. And resolve weight tokens, we have none, then discard them. Resolve Spirit B on all the characters. So this is the on each of the individual characters, we work through these and then we shuffle this back into the Fate deck. So Spirit B, first of all, for Amelia. If there are at least 2 cold tokens on the cold space, raise Amelia's misery by 1. There isn't, there's only 1. Arika B, if there is a guitar in storage, lower 1 chosen character's misery by 1. There isn't, we abandon the broken guitar. And then B, if Anton is hungry, level 2 or 3, no he's not, raises illness by 1. No. So they've actually managed to make it through the first night relatively intact. This is about the best I've ever had it so far. It was 1684, I think, wasn't it, with those kids, those doors. I could always feed them or something, but I don't think I will. I'll leave them to it, I think, at this point. Yes, it says, from now on, performing the outside action, we may help the orphans by leaving them food. When doing so, roll the black die and compare the result with the empathy of each character present. A result that is equal or lower than the character's empathy will lower their misery. So yeah, it's a way of getting misery down. Nobody's misery at the moment, so I'm going to ignore the kids. I know that's a cruel thing to do, but hey, you know, we're in a war. So we are now back. That's combat, so we come all the way back to the day actions. And we can perform 2 actions each. And we've now got the workshop up and running. So we could do something. I'm not sure what. I need to make a bar. I need a saw blade to get through these, but I've got a pick lock as well, so I can get through these doors. First of all, I'm going to send Amelia out to see if she can get some visitors. So first action, roll the black dice first. A 9. If a 1 is a roll, the character is placed here is hit by a sniper wound. No, they're not. But then we draw and resolve a visitor card. So we've got visitors here. So arrival, a feverish stranger asks for shelter. If you decide to take this person in, draw a card from the unused characters deck and add them to the group. Place a level 1 illness token on them. Roll a black die for each character in your group and raise their illness by 1 on a roll of 1 to 3. Add bandages, shotgun and ammo to the storage, then remove this arrival card from the game. Yes, I want them in. So, we've got a character, and it is Zlata, the music student. So, we can only have 4 characters at any one side in this game. So, this is the 4th one at the moment. I'm just going to put her token on her so I know who she is when she's doing stuff. She's arrived, and it said she arrives with, let's have a look, she has 1 illness. Let me find an illness. 2, 1, there we are. And then roll a black dice for each of these. 1 to a 3, they get ill. So Amelia, yes, she's caught it, whatever it is, must be coronavirus. Then we have Erika. Yes, she's also caught it, so she gets an illness. And then we have Anton. You watch, lots of them will get it. No, he doesn't. So he's obviously got a hardy constitution. Then we also have, on top of this as well, we have bandages, shotgun and an ammo. So that's good. We've got a weapon, shotgun, ammo and bandages. 10 bandages. But I'm going to require some meds. I'm going to need more water as well at this point, I think. And okay, I think that's as much as I can do really. Well, that was her first action. I could feed the kids some raw food, but I'm not going to. Just because. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to send it up here and use lockpick to open this door, and then we gain 3 wood. So I'm going to use up a lockpick for that. So I've got a couple. So we may get those back at some point. We can actually make them, I think, at this point. Well, I can make parts anyway. So that was her first action. Second action, should I say, Amelia. Zlata. She is ill, but at least she can do something. I can't cut through these bars to get down the stairs yet. But I could dig through the rubble with Anton. So 1, 2. So first one, we just remove that card, so that's his 2 actions. And then I'll send Zlata up here to search in the heap. Everybody's undone. So she's going 5 components and 5 wood. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 wood, and there's a little storage space there, so I'm going to stick it on there so I know it's 5 wood. That was her first action, wasn't it? And then her second action then is, I don't know, should we build a bed? Let's see what else we can do. And, oh, we could do some boarding up actually. Do some boarding up, yes. And it's 1 component of 4 wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wood. And that's 1 action, so that's going to be latter here. So I will try and board up as much as possible. 1, and then I'm going to do it again. 2, 4. That's with Erika here. So another component, and then we said it was 4 more wood. So I'm just trying to work it out. So if she does 2 of them, we can take it from there. That leaves us 3 here. they go back in there, they go back in there. 2 board ups, 1, 2, at least we can try and make the house a little bit warmer. So we've got 1, 2, there's another one down there. But actually I can't reach that one, can I? Because I need to get down to it through the bars. So I've still got 1 action left, so let me just take back those 4. And the component. 4 wood in the component, there's the bits and pieces. Right, so she's still got 1 action left. But we could make some filters. I could make parts into mechanical parts, because I need these for the fittings. Well, let's see what we can build. Can I build a moonshine, a herb garden, a radio? I've got enough to build a radio actually. Yeah, let's do it. Let's build a radio. Just have a check all the others. Or a stove, or let's go for a heater. That's for, no, a rainwater collector. I'm going to go for that instead. So with her last action. So rainwater collection, I need 1 filter, which I've got. So I brought that back. And then I also need a mechanical part. I've got 5 components. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got enough of those. And then also 2 wood as well. I've got 2 of those. So that lot goes back into there. Put those together. We've got a rainwater collector. So as an action we can collect water. We put a weight token on it and then we get some water as well. So that's good. But it's an action, so I can't do it immediately like right now. Excellent. Online strips without clothing. Good to see you. Thanks for joining the chat. And I think we'll say goodbye to you. It's been nice to have you in. So that is a nice thing to happen, isn't it? There we go. And you're hidden. See you later. Bye. That's what happens. And yes, we put that back into the visitors pile. I forgot about that. So I've boarded up 2 rooms at least, and nothing else. Oh, do you know what I forgot? What I always forget to do is I forgot to do the first event. So I'm just going to jump this before. Rat infestation. Discard all green tokens to the storage. That's that and that. Then, if during the dawn phase you have a dreadful trap with a weight token on it, this trap provides 1 additional raw food. No, I don't, but I do get 2 cold on that space. So the rats have got in, they've eaten all the food. We've got 2 more cold on there. Ain't good. Very nice. Thank you, Mr. Rats. So I did forget about that, but it's all gone. I'm sorry, I'm just going to remove these infestation of the stripping and naked online, or whatever they call themselves. I can't actually take them off, but water commercial, spam, just reporting them, and we continue on. It's like having a night raid. Okay, so that was my events, which I should have done first. Down to the day actions, and so I'll put a fitting in at least. This is about the furthest I've ever got on this. Okay, it's dusk. Each character should drink a water. So if I don't, I have to roll the dice. So I've got to give it to. I'm going to give it to Zlata, Amelia, and Erika, because Anthony is not ill at the moment. So if you don't drink, After roll a dice, a 2. He raises his hunger, so it goes up to 2. So then we discard those waters, get rid of them. Then we have to eat, and unfortunately I don't have anything at all to eat. So everybody, no food, raises hunger by 1. So up to 2, 2, and then Anton goes on to 3. See, this is the problem where it starts to get to a point where it's beyond. It's basically like a management game, but it's quite difficult after a certain while because you can't actually do anything with people. Okay, so that was them done. That was the dusk. Then it's evening. I can't sleep anybody in the bed. I can sleep on the floor. A couple of them. Do I go? This is the issue, isn't it? Right, we either sleep on the floor. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put Zlata on guard, even though she's ill, don't care. And these 3 are all going to sleep on the floor. And they're all going to reduce their fatigue by 1. And I'm not going to go scavenging this time. And so we can just ignore the scavenging mark. Her fatigue goes up by 1 though, Zlata, ill Zlata. And we ignore the scavenging because nobody went scavenging. And then we do a night raid. Draw and resolve the top card of the night raid deck. Top 1. Hobos, damage. Any 3 tokens resources, starting with the most expensive ones, and 0 wounds. Let's see how we do. They take no wounds at least, so that's okay. But we take 3 tokens. The amount of stolen tokens resources must be discarded from the storage. And I was going to give him the shotgun. I didn't say her the shotgun. I didn't say it, but I did. So they take 3 tokens or resources, starting with the most expensive. So the most expensive is electrical parts, or a lockpick or a shovel. So I lose a shovel, I lose a lockpick, and then I also lose either an ammo or an electrical part. I'm going to keep the ammo, I'm going to lose the electrical parts. So that didn't go very well. And I've got electrical parts in there as well. So that was the hobos. And then remove this card from the game. So at least they won't come back. And then we shuffle 2 cards in from here again, so the residents, another card from here goes in. This is the crime wave, so this just makes things worse. These are red cards, so these are terrible ones. Siege game seems popular, reminds me of Soldiers in. I think you need to write the end of that one, Kafka. Yes, it is a siege. It's a siege against everything, basically. Okay, scavenging party returns. Nope. We can assign any meds or bandages, so I'm going to give some meds to Zlata, at least. And then nobody else needs one because nobody else is... oh no, I got 2 ill, haven't I? So I'm going to try and get Zlata, okay. Then we draw a fate card. And resolve it, ignore the bottom part. Raise the illness of all ill characters who did not take meds or herbal meds by 1, so that's these 2, so they are now down onto 1 action each. Discards bandage tokens from all characters, and the meds is gone as well. If the cold minus board ups equals 1 or more, raise the illness of a chosen character by 1. So I've got 1, 2 board ups, 3 cold. So that's 1 or more, so I raise the illness of a chosen character by 1. Well, Anton is the only one who's not ill, so I'm going to have to give it to him, because otherwise everybody else. Postman's new uniforms means 4 hours. So he's ill as well, so this is not going to get better, is it? Exchange the nearest small location. So which of these locations? Well, it's the ruined buildings there, so we exchange that, and that is a construction site. So I might be able to get a shovel actually if we go out there at least. Resolve any weight locations, nope. Resolve spirit C on all characters, and then shuffle that back. So first of all, comforting presence. Lower 2 chosen characters misery by 1. This is from Zlata. None of them got misery. We're all hungry and ill. If there are at least 2 cold tokens on the cold space, raise Amelia's misery by 1. So now she's gone up to 1 on her misery. Just after she could have reduced it, because I'm working my way through them. So she's miserable once. C, no effect here. And then Anton is, if Anton is wounded, raise his wounds by 1. No, he's not, he's just ill. So he's not wounded, but he is ill. So then we shuffle that back into the fate deck. And then we draw narrative action cards, draw 2 action, read 1, choose 1. Oh, I think I forgot to do that last time. Oh no, I didn't, did I? Oh, I think I did. Completely forgot it. Okay, so we got 2 here. Through the sewers, play at the end of the night raid. Night raid phase, a chosen character on guard duty may bring additional items from the findings pile. Oh, that's good. And then Night Owl. At the beginning of the evening phase, choose a character. This character might perform all their actions again as if it was a day actions phase. I need the Night Owl. I need the extra actions because everybody's literally down on 1 at this point, which is pretty grim. Not good at all. Okay, so back to the end. Well, start the day actions. So we draw an event card, which I'd forgotten to do last time. Add 3 cold to the space. Well, it's only getting colder. There we are, there's the objective status. And 1, 2, 3 cold there, so it's now 6. Army deals. Place this card on the findings pile. If any card is already there, remove that card from the game. Nope. The value of cigarettes, moonshine and 100% alcohol and jewellery is raised by 5. So that's okay. So I could give them at least something, get something out of it. And it's the day actions. So let's see, Amelia and Erika have only got 1 action each. But I do have the Night Owl. So I could have given that to one of these at the end of the evening actions. Let's check which was the evening. Well, that's dawn, so I can't do it this turn round. I have to do it at the end of this phase. So we've got our actions. Anton has got 2. Do we keep working our way through this lot here? I think I'm going to have to, aren't I? Really? So. I'm going to use up my last. I haven't even got a lockpick, so I can't get through that closed door there, unfortunately. So these are back. She's back here. See, it goes up so well, so long, and then it just all suddenly goes tits up. Is there anything I can do? I can make a rainwater collector, so I'm going to do that. So that's 1 action. Place a weight token here, and then when we resolve that, we'll get some water. Fingers crossed. So that was. I'm going to do that with Amelia. So that was her first and only action. Then we've got. I could make some stuff, but I don't know how much I can actually make. Let's have a look. We've got the build a bed, build a moonshine, still, build a herbal garden, build a radio, but I've lost most of my parts in that attack last night. Mechanical parts, I don't have enough. Right. First I'm going to send Anton down here to poke about, so see what he gets, because I want to build a simple heater if I can. so I'm going to do him twice. So first one, we roll the dice for it. He's got 2 wood or components. I want the wood so I can build the heater. Second one is a one wood or a component. So I've got 3 components. Then I've got these 2 left. Amelia has done hers. Erika has only got 1 action, so I'm going to send her to poke about as well, try and get some more components. 6 is 2 components, so I'll get those 2 at least. And I already have 3. I don't need to do that, so ignore that. I'm going to get her to build a simple heater. So 5 components, 1, 2, 3. Don't know, I didn't notice those, and 3 wood. I bet any money that I need to feed this with wood though, unfortunately, so let's just have a look. Simple heater, we can make a fire for each 2 woods, 2 books, 1 wood and 1 book, discard a cold token. So at least I'll put a simple heater in here. So that was her 1 action, Erika's 1 action. So I've still got 2 actions here left with Zlata. She can do something. So she is going to make a fire. So I'm going to get rid of 4 wood, first action, and discard 2 cold tokens to try and get the cold down a bit. And with her last action, the problem is, you see, I've never been this far into the game, so I really don't know what to do. I'm running out of things to do here. And let's get her to poke about, see if we can get some more wood at least. So 5, she gets 2 wood. Get 2 wood, stick that in the storage. At least I can keep that fire going if nothing else. All right. So that was the day actions. So it's dusk. Everybody has to drink some water. Nope, I have none. So I have to roll for each one of them. So first one. A 3 is we raise Zlata's hunger by 1, so she's gone up to 2. Amelia, 5. Hunger goes up to 3. And Erika, her hunger goes up to 3 as well. This is not good. Then Anton, 2, his hunger goes up to 4. And unfortunately we have to see the hunger epilogue. Epilogues are never good. 4, 5, 8. 4, 5, 8 is 4, 5, 8. For Anton we see 14, 28. 14, 28. Let me just find this. 14, 20, 23, 24, 27. 28. Even great minds can break under pressure. Consumed by guilt, Anton chose to take his own life. His student's sacrifice had been in vain. Remove this character from the game. As I said to you, that's how miserable this game is. So he's dead, gone. He's out. Poor old Anton. Let's just see how many of the others survive. Right, okay, so then, unfortunately, we have to raise hunger for everybody by 1 as well. So now Zlata, her hunger goes up to 3 because they've got no food. So she's on hunger 2 to 3. Then these 2. First one, Amelia, see epilogue 208. Again, epilogues, they're never good, are they? 208, and this is Amelia. Amelia, we jump to 1679. And 1679 is, there we are. One night, Amira just left the house. Maybe she returned to her previous solitary life on the cold, empty streets. In the place where she'd slept, we found the one last gift, a piece of food that she kept hidden. Remove this character from the game and add the vegetables to storage. But that's her gone. See, it quickly mounts up, doesn't it? So that's Amelia with her food. So at least she's left a vegetable behind for us. And then that is in there, that one goes in there, that one goes in there. And then Erika, her hunger goes up to 4 as well. So we have to have a look at this. Epilogue, see 645 this time. Literally, they just all die. 646, 644, 645, there we are. So Erika, we find her on 1790. Jump across. Where is it? 1790. Coming up, 1790. Eureka left the shelter without a word. She resurfaced later, leading a street gang of kids. Discard one chosen weapon from the storage. Remove the character from the game. The only weapon I've got is the shotgun, so that is gone. And Eureka is also gone with it, unfortunately. And I have literally one character left. So I'm going to call that a day with this miserable game. Simply because she's on her own, Zlata. She is ill. She's also on hunger 3, so unless she gets well, the only thing she can do is eat the vegetable to keep her hunger at 1. She does have 2 actions, but she's either got to guard the shelter or go out scavenging, and if she does either, she's probably going to get absolutely knacked by it. So I'm gonna call this game quits. I don't think I can get any further than once all 3 characters have died or gone off to lead groups of kids. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that as much as I've enjoyed the misery of this game. It's a good game, but I'm still trying to work out the best path towards some kind of victory. I've never really got past chapter 2, which I was just coming up to now, and it's a tough game because, like I said, there's so much against you that you can't really you can't plan for anything that's going to come up because everything is drawn on cards. So it's all, you kind of spread out as much as you can, but then everybody gets tired and everybody gets ill and then everybody gets attacked by, you know, night raids and things and residents and stuff just keeps happening against you. But it's a good game, but you can see why probably why I don't play it so often, because it's so hard. What I need to do is really probably sit down and have a look at some strategies and tips and things, because there's some people that have played this much more than I have, obviously, and it's been about a year since I last played it. But I just like to get a game out on the stream, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have done, please do check out my Patreon, check out my coffee if you want to give me a tip. You can even do it on the channel here. The video game version is super tough too. Yeah, it is. I've not played a video version game, but I do know it's incredibly hard. It's a balance really, but it's very miserable as well. But yes, if you enjoyed it, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. 83% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so please be one of the 17% that are, and hit that like button and leave a comment, and I will see you in the next stream or live video or next video that comes along. So thanks again for watching, everybody.